Hey guys, I have a special guest today. It's Jeffrey Huang, rapper, chairman of MITH, the biggest live streaming app in Asia, and of course the founder of Mithril.
Yeah, 这是 Machi 你知道的 Why want to 敌对 Let's get it Southside Red City Southside
Today we're going to talk about social media space. We're going to talk about how he got into cryptocurrencies and his whole view on this space as well. So Jeff, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah. So let's keep it casual.
Yeah, let's keep it casual. So Jeff, you've been a successful music star, and how did you start your own business? And I think, how was that migration like?
So my music's hip hop music, right? And that's always about hustle, going out and getting it, coming up and then becoming a king, right? So it's always been like very entrepreneurial, and startups fit right into it because when I started there was no internet, right? And then during the internet boom, I had my own internet.com company, .com company, crashed and burned in the bubble, the .com bubble, like everybody else. Got merged, raised funds, did all that, and then later on along the way, I did a lot more businesses. I've had clubs, movie, TV, music. I've done all forms of entertainment.
Yeah. And how was that? So what did it take to become like the real top, the king of a social media space?
I think it's like practice makes perfect. So I had a lot of I had the .com bust, my internet startup then, and things that I learned then I applied to when I was doing my app business. And I had a club right before I did this app business, so that applied. And to give some things, or like the way I dealt with VCs and venture capital during the .com days, I applied it to better. I did a better job this time with more experience when I was raising the funds, so I had enough money to do what I wanted to do. And a lot of my friends are afraid to come into to crypto, and then I'm like, dude, you're a nobody. What are you worried about? I had everything to lose. I had money. I got fame. I was already doing well. I had everything to lose, and I still did it because they're afraid. Oh, what about regulations? What about government trying to come and arrest you or whatever? And I thought about it twice in my life. I think I've had a lot of this kind of stuff. So with the Ichi live streaming, we were the third live streaming platform in the world at the time, mobile live streaming in the world. It was Meerkat, Periscope, then us. Mm-hmm. And when we came out, there's no Facebook Live yet. So no one's seen this thing. So everybody went buck wild, went crazy, and they're going live and going naked, fornicating, making love for everybody to see, showing off their bodies because they thought maybe, a few people are seeing it. And of course, this is peer pressure to the ultimate level, right? It's not like 5 people giving you peer pressure. It's like 10,000 people in the room going, take your clothes off, take your clothes off. And so, people would do it. And they weren't ready for it. Like, it was new technology, people didn't know. So, a lot of crazy content. And aside from getting banned from the App Store, which is not the big deal, the Taiwanese government sent cops to raid my house and take me to the precinct. And of course, I was found not guilty. Like they're saying shit like, oh, you use these this bad content to promote your app. And I'm like, wait a minute, why am I in trouble for what someone else did wrong? Right? This applies to crypto. And I'm like, I'm just the platform. And they're like, no, you aided in doing these, like letting people see, pornography or whatever. And I'm like, hey, why don't you go get HTC? They use the HTC phone to film that bullshit. They used Apple phones to film that bullshit. Why don't you go arrest the Apple and the fucking HTC people? Why the fuck you pull me to the precinct? Go get the HTC owner. Go get Mark Zuckerberg. Bring his ass to the precinct too. He created Facebook, right? Going into that, the next step up was recently, like, I was on a panel and I was talking to some people about music and things like that. They were talking about music, and I'm like, dude, I'm from the music industry. You guys don't know shit. And what I feel is, like, again, this goes back to technology and waiting around. Like with crypto, you don't need to wait around. Don't wait around for the regulations. Don't wait around for the government to come out and say this is okay to do it or not. You should just do it. Why? Because I go back to my music days, and fucking YouTube, Musical.ly, like these technology platforms, like the app and YouTube, the platform, they ain't shit. Like, they built all their value off of music, movies, TV. They built their value off of us, the artists. Like, they're criminals. They stole our inventory. They gave it away for free to build their value, and then they're billion, right? They got bought out by Google for billions, and now they're worth even more billions. Musically got bought out for 500 million. So these guys stole shit and became rich. And so why would any of you guys even think twice about doing crypto?
So how do you find this whole crypto drama scene right now?
I find out like I don't watch any more TV series on Netflix or iTunes. I spend most of my time on Twitter, reading shit on Medium. I'm learning. Like part of it's learning. The other part's just entertainment. Checking out all these different players in the crypto world. It's like Jerry Springer. It gets really funny. I mean, fucking Vitalik's telling the centralized exchange like CZ and then go to hell. Like, I think it's fun. And there's like F coin and everything. Like, F coin means fuck coin. Fuck that coin. Like, and then there's like, CZ bashing on them. And I'm just like, ooh, there's a lot of drama. Every day there's something new to read about. That's kind of funny. And I have my own take on all these things, and then the cool thing is I go to the events and I get to meet all these people in person. So it's kind of like seeing them on TV and then meet them in person. And then, I haven't taken any selfies with these guys yet. Oh yeah, I did. I took one with Vitalik. And the funny thing is like when I took one with Vitalik, I threw up the Machi sign like this, right? And then and then the senator, the towniest senator, Jason, threw up like a rocker sign. And then on the bottom it says, oh, Vitalik joins MS-13 and joins the Illuminati and shit.
He was so confused.
Just too funny. And yeah, Vitalik's a character, man. Like I really like him. I was inspired by him. Like he definitely pushed me towards doing this. Like everybody is, and like CZ, he seems like the second coming, like Jesus or something. And then when I talk to him, this guy's too fucking smart, right? He the longer I talk to him, the dumber I feel. And he's a sharp businessman, man. That guy's a businessman, man. He's gonna win, right? Like if I had to bet on anybody in this crypto area, it'd be him and Vitalik. These two, man. All these other motherfuckers sleeping on Ethereum right now. Like these fund managers talking about how they're shorting Ethereum. I can't wait till they lose all their money. Like these fuckers, like. Have some respect, right? Like this guy created something that you never would imagine in your whole life, right? Like I've built businesses, right? Most fund managers have never done a startup or ran a business before. They don't know how hard it is. They don't know that it's not that easy to replicate. They'll say stuff like, "Oh yeah, there's people that are going to challenge Ethereum." I'm like, dude, challenge my ass. You need so many things in order to beat a leader like that, right? To take a leader out. I mean. I wanted to go after them many times before, like Facebook and these leaders. And I know how hard it is. I know like the barriers to entry. I know like how many employees they have, how many smart people they have working for them, what kind of momentum they have. And that's the crazy thing is like maybe with blockchain, with crypto, I can wedge that door open to kind of like change and disrupt social networks. Like there's something there that I can, give Mark Zuckerberg a black eye. Like I can fuck him with blockchain technology, right? And it's that, and then when they think about it, they go, oh yeah, blockchain and crypto, and everybody thinks crypto is a dirty word, and blockchain is like the politically correct term, the PC term. Use blockchain, then you won't look like a scam. Use blockchain, then you'll look legit, right? Like all the bankers are like, oh, we're investing in blockchain technologies. Oh, we don't touch crypto, motherfuckers. It's the same thing, And the thing is like, we're all connected, right? It's all connected, so. You can't have one without the other. So you can't really like say, oh, I do blockchain, but I don't support crypto. It's been less than a year, but from what I've seen right now is that there's more adoption than when I first started. Like people around me are talking about blockchain. People know, and of course, they know because I'm doing lit. I'm getting people on lit, and lit is something they already understand. It's like Instagram, right? They oh, I just post some pics. I do this stuff. Some of them still don't know that they're socially mining and that they're earning Mithril as they post up their content. Mm-hmm. Which is good, and then like later on they're like, what's this number? And then like, oh, that's how much Mithril you have in your lit account. And then they're like, well, how do I make it into cash? And like, that's always the first question. And then before we'd be like, oh, it's in beta, or you can't get it yet. And people are like, oh, it's a scam. But motherfuckers, we hit it, right? We say Q2, we get it done, we got it done. So we have a MITH Vault now. It connected to your lit, and then you could go and take your lit your Mithril and change it into Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can get it. You can withdraw it now. And
that must be quite a surprise. I mean, like it's a reward for posting content, and it's something that a lot of normal people, because I've been in crypto for just way too long, it's just so natural to me. But what was the kind of feeling that they had, that whoa, like suddenly you can turn that into like cash?
Yeah. So, I mean, most of these kids grew up with Facebook, right? Like they weren't part of the internet. They probably don't have the background that I have, which was entertainment business. I believe in content. I believe in value, right? Like your IP. So, I get paid for songs I wrote 20 years ago. I still get royalties on that. I did a movie. I did some TV series. I still get royalty on that. Like 10 years later, it's just a given that you need to pay me for what I contributed. And along the way, early on, I used Facebook and I post all my shit there. I built my fan club there and everything was fine and dandy. It was a symbiotic relationship. I get to promote my shit to my fans. You made it easy and you can make ad money off me. Later on, motherfuckers went IPO and now they got to hit their quarterly earnings. They fucking stick a boost button next to my fucking post. I'm like, boost what? And then like, oh, so now I post shit and now there's only like 10 people liking it and like nobody's looking at my content anymore. I'm like, what happened? Well, I have to push the boost button and then pay them so that my fans can see my shit and then give me those likes and also get my message out or whatever I'm promoting. And the only time that I don't need to push that boost button is when I'm giving them real content, like me and some other celebs backstage, posted picture. Then you see like 10,000 likes because they let that through, right? But the second they know that you're trying to do something for yourself, and now there's not symbiotic anymore. I give you my content to help generate traffic so you can make ad money. But when I want to promote something on my channel, you make me pay for it. And I'm like, hey, fuck you. That's fucked up. So I've been wanting to fuck with them, except again, I'm not like a stupid fund manager thinking, hey, I can beat Facebook. No, I was like, I can't beat these motherfuckers. But last year, this whole craze with ICOs, this whole craze with blockchain technology, I was like, I could use this as a weapon to take out Facebook, or at least to challenge them and make them maybe change their model. I think they need a rev share. So everybody's content is, I'll call it personal content. That's something that I call it, right? Your photo of your weddings, your dog, your animal, your selfies, your birthdays, your partying, that's your personal content. It's worth money. Like when you take that picture, the second you take it, you create sentimental value. You increase it by placing it on Facebook or Instagram. And once you put it on there and it generates traffic, that's money because they're putting ads next to it. It's like TV shows and commercials. That's where they get their money from. And if you look at YouTube model, they rev share, right? You post videos on there, it gets traffic, there's ads, you get a piece of the ad money. Now, that's the exact same way they should treat us with Instagram and Facebook. If you take a picture, you take a photo and video, you should get paid. And they do. Like Facebook's got a lot of shit, a whole shit storm. They just missed their quarterly earnings right now, right? They're eating shit right now. Is because they treated you guys as the product. They were selling you. They weren't just, if they just sold your personal content, that's already fucked up. But then they start selling your information. They're selling data on you and they're making money off of you. So it's only fair that they share it, right? Like the way I see it is they got to share some of it. Yeah, like, people using lit and whatnot, there's a lot of complainers, right? They go, oh man, I make so little. I'm like, well, motherfucker, you're not famous. And, I think it's really funny, and the thing is, I'm like, get your friend, and put in a little work, motherfucker, put in a little work. Get your friends and families to come use lit, right? I don't expect you to make hundreds or thousands of dollars, but you're doing the same thing you do on Instagram. The difference is you might make enough money to pay for your Spotify subscription or pay for your fucking Netflix subscription. And then so everything goes back in a little bit like that crypto culture, let's share, basic income, right? This whole basic income for people, right? Is that maybe you should be getting your music for free and maybe you should be getting your Netflix for free. And how? Because you're part of the whole ecosystem. You're contributing your content. You generate some kind of revenue, some kind of value. You get that paid. You can get free music. Then you can get free movies. I think that's about the right level. That's how I see it. Like, don't expect to get rich quick. So we have MITH Vault, right? So in MITH Vault, like that will make it so that you don't ever need to go to exchange because it's actually the idea is a little bit from Shapeshift or these OTC kind of like trading desk, right? But it's going to be, we're trying to do everything ease of use. If you want mass adoption, you got to make it easy. You got to make it so they don't need to fill out all these forms or they need to figure shit out. Like when I was doing apps, if you made them have to fill out like one extra line, you'll see like 5 to 10% deletion in your app. So with crypto right now, with you gotta keep your secret key, you gotta do this. I'm sure that people are gonna improve on the whole UX, the user experience. And when they do, that's when you're gonna see more and more adoption. And I think Lit and Mithril are like just that one click, a little bit easier to understand and use than the next crypto. Like we're over, we're in beta and we're over 100,000 users. And recently the team has like more than quadrupled in size because we have the Ichi team JVing and working on Lit together now. It brings a lot of Ichi live streaming app experience to come help build this Lit. It's like we're going up there, like we want to get up there.
So Jeff, thank you so much for coming on my show. I really appreciate you offering this unique perspective onto this whole space. And I really appreciate just this heart-to-heart talk.
No problem, man.